Hello everybody, my name is Ashley and I've been a hair model for about 10 years. That's one of the things that I kind of dibble and dab with. But as a hair model, many people have reached out to me via social media and via email to find out what exactly my hair routine is. Now, although I do have naturally curly hair, I think it's important to share what I do as a person who has natural hair to keep it healthy, to keep it growing. And this is in the first video is what I'll share, but then as we move to other videos, I'll share how if you do not have naturally curly hair, how you can make it curly, or even if you have straight hair, how you can get some curls or get some texture. So today, our first video, or my first video, but it's a journey, so I'll say our first video. I'm going to show what I do as a quick, quote unquote, like wash and go. It's really not like just wash and go. You actually have to do a couple different things to keep your hair healthy and to get that texture and that curl that you want. So here's what my hair looks like typically like when I wake up in the morning. It's like, I mean, it is curly, but you see that it has lost a lot of the curls, and this is not a good look. This is like, it looks like a clown. But so what I do, and it's not every morning too, but this morning I'll show how I wash my hair in the morning. We'll get started. Long story short, we'll get started. So for the first thing I want to do, I won't share any brands, but I'll say get a co-wash. So I use a co-wash. It's simply, it's not a straight shampoo. It's a co-wash. It shampoos and conditions your hair. It's a little lighter, and it won't dry your hair out. And you want to go with something natural that doesn't have sulfates, because sulfates dry your hair out no matter what your hair type is. It dries your hair out, and it's damaging. So I'm going to start out using my co-wash, and I'll show how I work it in. Start my shower. Well, the first thing you want to do is get your hair wet. So it's dry like this. No matter what the length, you want to get it wet. So I'm going to get my hair wet. And you want to get it soaking wet. Get it all the way in there. All right. Okay. So now my hair is wet. You want to get your co-wash. And depending on the length of your hair is how much you use. So I'm using, you know, this amount. Alright. So you want to work it in from the root all the way around. The most important part of your hair is the root, because it's freshly coming out of your hair. And whatever you do to the root, it'll work its way to the tips. People think you have to work it from the root, from the tip back, but you actually work from the root all throughout, all the way around the root, and just working in with your fingers, and you'll actually have that hair co-wash distribute all throughout. All right. So you see, I've worked it in the roots all the way around. Get some in the middle. Make sure you're using enough. Don't be shy, use your product. Again, the longer your hair, the more you have to use. Get that product in there, and then you're gonna rinse. You're gonna do this twice. And once you do it once, it's done, and then you do it a second time. So I'll do it a second time, just to show you what I really do. And this time you may not have to use as much because you got most of the dirt and oils off. So I just want to make sure you get it off. Then kind of just, you know, make sure you work it through. Alright, see that? It's not that hard, it's work through. Alright, so you rinse it all off. So once you rinse it off, whatever conditioner you use, I'm using a conditioner, a nice, we'll just say, Grow and Restore conditioner. Call it a mask, some people call it a mask, whatever. But again, you're gonna work the product into your hair from the roots down, and now it'll really like start to suck it all in because you use a good co-wash to essentially get to your raw hair. So the conditioner is to be able to work its way in and use enough to make sure you get all the strands, work it all the way in, all the way around. And people with longer hair, you want to start combing in that conditioner to make sure you get all the tangles out. You start from the root to from the tip to the root, the opposite of how you work in the product, because you don't want to break your hair off. People don't know that. They always start here and they push down and break all this hair off. You start from the tip to the root is the direction that you go. And you see, that, no hair. Because I started from the tip to the root. And you do that all the way around. You can do it fast, you can do it slow, but you know, this is what I normally do. From the tip to the root. You work your way up with all this good conditioner. You see what happens? You can comb through your hair, and there won't be any hair. See that? No hair for the most part. As you work it through. Even in the back, all the way around. Tip to root. All the way through. See, no broken hair. Just keep your hair from breaking off. Tip to root. So what you're gonna do is, typically you get it all in, you know you got enough product. For me, put it up in a man bun, and for women, a bun. You put it up, and what you do is, if you have one, put a plastic cap on, a shower cap. I don't think I have one today. I'll use my wife's. No judgment. Put it on. This is kind of heat it up a little bit while you're in the shower, and it will make sure that the conditioner is penetrating each strand of your hair so it can do its job and make it healthy and moisturize it and treat it. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, now that my hair is in this bun under a shower cap, I'm going to go ahead and wash the rest of my body, my face, behind my ears, you know, everything, and then we'll rinse it out. So, be right back. Alright, so wash the rest of my body, got my everything clean, and my hair's been up in this shower cap for about 6 minutes. Now it's time to rinse it all out. So conditioner's in there, you see it just kind of like falls, it's covering product. I'm going to rinse it all out. And when you rinse, you just rake with your fingers, you know, from the tip to the root, rinse it all out. And your fingers just flow right through it. Look at that. As you work your way up, rinse it all out. And it should rinse out pretty easily. Your hair, just rinse it out easily. Again, tip to the root. You see how like your fingers just flow right through it. Now some people may have a more kinkier hair type, and that's okay. Still, try to work your fingers through it. It still should be able to be untangled. Alright? So that's where we are now. So what I'm going to do is finish with my shower, finish washing my hair. Get it all out. Get it all out. So I'm done. So what I'm going to do is going to dry out for a bit, and then we'll come back and show you how I put the product in. Alright, so hey guys, so now I've co-washed my hair. I've used a conditioner in the shower with a shower cap, and this is pretty much me out dry. My hair is still wet. I didn't do anything to it. You really don't want to wrap that towel around like they do in the movies. That will actually damage your hair and break it off if it's not healthy. So just kind of put a towel around your neck and let it drip dry as much as you can, and just like dab it. So anyway, but no, any kind of moisturizer you want to make sure that the moisturizer is evenly distributed throughout your hair. So this is what you do. I have like one of these ties, and you just kind of grab all your hair to one side if you can. You're gonna get the product, use enough. Man, I should show how much I use, but use enough, and you're gonna work it from the roots. The tips to the roots, so you can get it in there. See, it's not that hard. Just get it in there. Get it in there. That's my son. All right, so you do that. See in sections? I say like 4 sections. So I got the back right quadrant. Now we go here. It doesn't need to be party. You don't need a comb. People do too much. Okay, so this is pretty much the amount of product I'm using for 1/4 of my hair. Back right quadrant, from the tips to the roots. This is really how much time it takes. Not a lot. All right, see I got the product. So then I have basically two more parts. Front right quadrant, I could just grab some product, kind of work it in the tips down to my roots, comb it through. A lot of agitation, a lot of touching and moving, and then the last quadrant, front right. Work it in, really from the tips, because you want to make sure you get those tips. And work it in. Just keep moving those fingers. And all that water that was in your hair is gonna have some synergy with the product. And there you go. You got product all throughout your hair, evenly. A lot of product. Make sure you get, sides, the back. So then we're here, kind of like Afro, right? But it's wet. Hey, Carter. So it's wet, has product, and then whatever product you use, you may want to use a different type of cream or some moisturizing, but you get some product on your hair and you can literally just break it off, and it takes some time after a while. But you twist chunks of your hair. Thank you. I'm competing with my son, but it's all good. So you just grab chunks of your hair, not too much product, but enough. And even some of you don't even grab new product, just kind of twist it. And you'll be so surprised how those Afro chunks of curls start to be like individual curls. And you'll see the real magic when it all dries out. See? Just kind of grab some chunks. And it's not the whole head. Just stand there and kind of, break it up is what you want to do. Break it up. Take some time to learn how to just really grab any part. It doesn't have to be parted or anything. You just make twists like that all throughout. I normally just go with the front, and the pieces that have like the most Afro in there, kind of just break it up so it can, get some curls. And that's for me, it's because I have natural curls. This is my routine. So I'm not saying if you do the exact same thing, your hair is going to be exactly like mine. But this is what I do, and I'll show how people with different textures can do things in later videos. But this is what I do. This is my wash and go. So I'm just breaking it up. There is no real method to this madness. You just do it. Grab any chunk, anything. You start to see those curls will start popping, There you go. So yeah, you can follow my new Instagram, Natural Curls Poppin, on Instagram. I'm going to feature a lot of fellas that have been reaching out. They want to know how, like, as a man, what do you use? Use the same thing women use. It's hair. It's not women's hair, men's hair. It's hair. So follow Natural Curls Poppin. I'm going to feature some people. We got Curls Poppin on Facebook. And, of course, you can subscribe below. It has some interesting videos from a real-life scientist who happens to know a lot about real hair. And later we'll show how I trim it, what supplements I use, my diet. I'm sure you'll be able to get something from there. But you see how my hair is starting to come together or come apart with these individual curls? Curls are starting to pop. And the real magic is when it's all dried up in about an hour or two. Just like go live your life, go to work, drive, do what you need to do. And your hair will be popping. So again, this is my how-to on what my routine is to get my curls to pop, my natural curls to pop with good product. Co-wash, conditioner, and a good moisturizer, little manipulation, and there you go. Curls popping. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'm going to have some really good videos to show you how to do certain things, and we'll be in touch. I'm out. Subscribe below. Thank you.